Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome if you're watching online at onespotmedia.com. In just under 2 hours, the country will hear how both political parties plan to tackle social issues in the first of 3 national debates. One of those issues, education. Well, pollster Don Anderson looks at if issues affecting the sector, including the effectiveness of online teaching. Now, 1,071 people island-wide were interviewed for the poll, which has a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Vashon Brown has the details.
Schools were ordered closed on March 13, 3 days after Jamaica recorded its first case of the coronavirus. This forced schools to turn to teaching online. But how effective is it? That question was put to Jamaicans in the latest RJ Glena Don Anderson poll.
The support for online teaching is pretty strong, with 60% of the persons that we interviewed said, yes, we believe that online teaching was effective, although 40% didn't. So we had a kind of, I guess, majority support, but it wasn't very, very, very strong in that particular area.
Jamaicans were also asked whether there was adequate government support for teachers, students and parents that do not have internet facilities. 72% of the respondents said no.
Very few people, 28%, just over 1 in every 4, thought that the government had provided adequate support. So this is one area that certainly the government fell down on. It was not felt that they provided adequate support for parents and students and teachers who were without internet access readily available to them.
The poll results also show that the majority of respondents, 74%, said that online teaching should continue after COVID-19. The other 26% did not agree. Talk has now turned to the reopening of schools. Some countries have decided to close schools until January next year in light of the coronavirus pandemic. When the poll was conducted between July 24 and August 3, parents were asked whether they felt concerned about sending their children back to school.
We screened for all those persons from the national sample who did not have children. So this question was directed at parents with children, adults with children, and there was strong support, a strong view that parents were very concerned about sending out their children to school. 77.8% said, yes, we are concerned about sending our children out to school in September.
Initially, the government had said schools would reopen on September 7. That date has since changed to October 5. Then there's the debate about whether schools should go on the shift system to ensure physical distancing. 78% of the respondents said yes. The other 22% did not agree. In the meantime, due to the pandemic, all components of the primary exit profile PEP exams were not administered. Grade 6 students were assessed using the Grade 4 numeracy and literacy exams sat in 2018, the Grade 5 performance task exams of 2019, and the ability test done in February this year. When Jamaicans were asked whether they agreed that the PEP results were determined fairly, the majority 66% said yes, the other 34% did not agree. Vashon Brown, TVJ News.